Hello, and thank you for watching today's Devotionable. These are brief devotions for busy people. Have you ever witnessed an injustice and you really wanted to do something about it, but you really felt helpless to do so? Because maybe the injustice was so big you thought, there's no way that I could make a difference. And that feeling can be very paralyzing. But the reality is that oftentimes we can do something. There's an old quote from Andy Stanley where he says that we should do for one what we wish we could do for everyone. We should do for one what we wish we could do for everyone. And the idea here is that we can make a difference, even if it's a small difference, right where God has planted us. Well, right now in the Devotionables, we've been working through the Passion Week. And today we find ourselves in John chapter 17. This is the scene where Jesus is lifting up his high priestly prayer, and he is getting ready to be arrested in the garden. And Jesus is lifting up a prayer. It's a powerful prayer. And there's a number of different components to this prayer. Jesus prays that the Father would be glorified as the Son is glorified. Jesus also lifts up several prayers for his disciples, that they would experience joy and that they would be protected from the devil. But one of the prayers that he lifts up is found in verses 20 through 23. And in this portion of the prayer, Jesus prays for the disciples, that they would remain faithful and that they would remain unified, and that the people that would believe through their testimony would be unified. So Jesus is really praying for a unified church. Let me read those verses to you. John chapter 17, verses 20 through 23, we read, "I do not ask on behalf of these alone, but for those also who believe in me through their word, that they may all be one, even as you, Father, are in me, and I in you, that they also may be in us, so that the world may believe you sent me." Verse 22, "The glory which you have given me, I have given to them, that they may be one just as we are one. I in them and you in me, that they may be perfected in unity, so that the world may know that you sent me and loved them, even as you have loved me." So we read this prayer of Jesus, and he's praying for unity. He's saying, Father, just as you and I are unified, I pray for the unity of the disciples, and I pray for the unity of those who will believe through their witness, in order that the world will look at the church and say, there is something special about them. There's a unity to them that is not matched in the world. And here's the deal. We look around at the world and we think, man, we've not done a very good job. We've not stayed very unified as a church when you look at all these different denominations. And the reality is, can we fix the entire universal Catholic Church all on our own? The answer is probably not. That is outside of our control. But you know what we can do? We can be a unifying Christian right where God has planted us. So that quote I mentioned earlier from Andy Stanley, do for one what you wish you could do for everyone. What I would say to you as you seek to be a unifying Christian is do for your one D group what you wish you could do for every D group in the world. Do for your one Bible fellowship group that you wish you could do for every Bible fellowship group in the world. Do for your one church that you're a part of that you wish you could do to every church in the world. So we need to be a unifying church member wherever we stand. You know, Satan wants you to cause strife in your church. He wants you to cause dissension. He wants you to sow these types of seeds because it pulls us apart. It ruins our witness. But my challenge to you today as you think about Jesus' high priestly prayer before his arrest, this is one of the most important prayers that Jesus lifts up. And he says, I want you to be unified. I hope today that you will seek to be a unifying church member here at 9th and O Baptist Church. Thank you for watching today's Devotionable.